Today we're going to talk about the usage and configuration of local route groups in Communications Manager. If you have a Communications Manager install, it has multiple remote sites and they have certain numbers like 911 or maybe local numbers that they're using the same pattern for outbound dialing, but they're all just going out their local gateway. Then local route groups may be a way that you can significantly reduce the number of route patterns you have to enter into your phone system. Um, so what the way local route groups work is that instead of configuring a route pattern, let's say for 911 for each site, you could create one generic 911 pattern and then route it to the local route group, which would have each site's local gateway in it. So let's go ahead and get into configuration. I think it'll make a lot more sense once we get into that. So the first thing that we need to do is actually just create a regular route group. So we're going to do call routing, route hunt, and then route group. We'll add a new route group, and I'm just going to call mine Dallas. And then we're add a device to it. So just like a normal route group configuration. Now the next step we can configure out of order, or we can configure right now. I'm going to configure it right now. We're going to add a route list for local route lists. We're going to add a new one. I'm just going to call it local-rl-us. So you can have multiple local route lists, but that just means that for every route list you have to have patterns for that. So you could have a East Coast and a West Coast if they dialed out differently or something like that. We'll set the Communications Manager group, and then the last thing we're going to do is add a route group. Now we're not going to do the Dallas one that we did earlier. We're going to do this standard local route group here. And you can do the same sort of manipulations on calls that you can on a regular route list. The key thing here is if you do it on a call for, say, Dallas, it has to be the same treatment that's going to go out on a call for New York. There isn't going to be a distinction between sites if they're all using the same local route list. So I'm just going to discard pre-dot just so that we can say that we added something in there. And we'll save our route list configuration. The next thing that we need to do is make a change to the device pool. So I have a device pool called Dallas Demo. And all we need to do here is set the local route group for the device pool. That just tells it when I have a call that goes to the local route list group, this is, or to the local route list, this is the route group that I need to use to place the call. So we'll save that. Next we'll create, I'm just going to create a generic 911 partition. So this is going to be, I'm making it so I have one 911 pattern for all of my sites. So the name of it's just going to be 911, and I'm just going to call it 911 demo. Save that, and then the next thing we'll do is we'll add a route pattern. Now obviously you have to put the 911 partition into a calling search space, but I'm assuming that everybody watching this knows how to do that. So we're just going to add a new pattern. The pattern is 911. We'll set the partition to our 911 demo partition that we configured earlier. Our gateway route list is the local RLUS, and just because it's 911, we'll make sure that it's urgent priority. So once we've saved that, we've created a local route list. Now you're going to want to add additional route lists for the additional sites, and once you've done that, then as long as they have access to the 911 partition, then when they dial 911, it'll access the local route list and go out the correct gateway. So once you've done that, your configuration for local route groups is done.